Hello everyone! Today I will talk about the Ielts listening and I will give you some basic information and some general tips that you need to know. First of all, the listening Ielts is the same for both the academic and the general version of the test, and it lasts for 30 minutes. In the end, you will be given 10 minutes extra in order for you to transfer your answers to the separate answer sheet, so don't worry about that, you're going to have plenty of time. Now, you are asked to answer 40 questions as a total, and each question gets 1 mark. For more information about marking in Ielts, you should probably want to watch my other video on how to calculate my overall band score in Ielts. So, listening consists of 4 sections. Each section is 10 questions long, and these 4 sections are of increasing difficulty, which means, of course, that section 1 is the easiest. What makes the listening Ielts really challenging is that you get to hear each section only once. So there's no second chance, which means that you have to be prepared and really concentrated on what you hear. You're going to hear English and Australian accents, sometimes American ones, so be sure you're familiar with these, with all of them. There are going to be pauses before each separate task, and you should take advantage of these pauses in order to check out the task itself and what you need to do. Correct spelling is very, very important, so please be careful with your spelling. A spelling mistake means that you lose points or even a whole mark, even if you have answered correctly, and you surely do not want that. So please be careful with your spelling mistakes as much as you can. Now, about the tasks. You may be asked to complete notes, to complete a form, a chart, a table, or a diagram. Don't get overwhelmed because all these task types are similar to each other and similar to their logic. Because all in all, what they ask you to do is to fill in the gaps with the correct answers. Another group of similar task type exercises is map labeling, diagram labeling, and they ask you to relate phrases from column A to column B, for example. Also, you may come across multiple choice exercises, and I am sure that you're familiar with these kind of exercises. Okay? Now, about section 1. As we said, it's 10 questions long, and you're going to hear 2 people talking about a general topic. Sometimes it consists of 2 tasks that are related to each other, but don't worry because there's going to be a pause in between. All in all, you should be able to spell correctly and to understand the general information that you are given. For example, here you can see an extract of section 1. Section 1 will always have an example made out for you. This will give you extra time to look at the questions further. This example happens to be a note completion. You have to fill in the gaps. And there is one speaker asking information over the telephone about the flights available. I repeat, this is an extract, and that is why you can see only the first 6 questions. In section 2, there is no example, do not wait for it. You're going to hear a person talking about something, about a topic, and it is usually a speech. 10 questions long too. It may consist of 2 separate tasks that there is a pause in between. And the difficult thing here is that you should be able to understand both general information and specific information and some complex ideas, and you have to choose the correct answer among them. Okay? Here you can see an extract of section 2. No example, as in section 1. This extract happens to be a multiple choice task. There is a speaker who talks about his profession. Again, this is an extract. Now, section 3. Section 3 is a little bit more difficult because there are lots of people involved, from 2 speakers to 4 speakers. And they usually talk about academic or university matters. As we said, Ielts listening is the same for both the academic and the general version of the test. So, as the sections increase in difficulty, the 2 last sections are usually about academic matters, okay, for the academic test takers. Now, you should be able to identify which speaker says what, how they relate to each other, and their opinions about the topic they discuss. You should focus, in order to understand, only by their voices and the names you hear, who is who. Again, section 3 is 10 questions long, and it may consist of 2 to 3 tasks, separate tasks, with a pause in between. This is an extract of section 3. As you can see in this example, it is a table completion, and there are 3 speakers involved: Mary, Nick, and David. Their names are put in the horizontal column, and you have to fill in what they say about the initial topic of the presentation, the advantages of each topic, and the disadvantages. Finally, section 4. Section 4 is usually a lecture with one speaker, and the topic of the lecture is most likely scientific or academic in general. It's 10 questions long, and you should be able to understand the speaker's view on the topic he or she talks about. Also, you should be able to identify the advantages, the disadvantages, causes and effects, consequences of the topic, and in general be able to follow the speaker on how he or she organizes his or her thoughts. Last but not least, here's an example of section 4. It happens to be a note completion task. It could be a form completion task too. And in this extract, there is one speaker giving a lecture. You just have to listen to him and fill in the gaps. Well, that's it as an introductory video. This video is for someone who knows nothing about listening IELTS, so I give general information. In the following videos, we're going to focus on each and every task type in detail. In case you want to ask me something, by all means do. Down at the comments page, leave me a comment or a question, or you can also contact me at my Google Plus page that I have added the link down below. Well, thank you very much for watching. Good luck with the exam.